Today in our 2013 Ford F-150, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the Erickson truck bed ladder rack with load stops, part number EM07706. Now this heavy-duty ladder rack is going to let you carry ladders, lumber, and just about anything that's long that you want to put on top of your vehicle. With our adjustable load stops here, you're always going to make sure that they're not going to slide off by just adjusting them in against the sides of your load. It's also going to have these convenient tie-down cleats, so if you have a large load tied on there, you can just take your rope and you'll wrap it around the cleat to help keep it in place. It's going to have a black powder-coated finish. It's going to help protect it against rust and corrosion, and it's also going to have corrosion-protected bolts all through. It's going to be a no-drill design. It's going to clamp over top of your bed rail with some J-hooks, and it's going to fit just about any pickup truck on the market. Now this will work with a bed liner and with the toolbox. This rack's going to hold 800 pounds, and with a 78-inch span on our crossbars, you can put a nice wide load up there. Your uprights are going to come up 33.5 inches from the top of our bedside to the bottom side of our rack. And with the foot of our rack here, it's going to be about 15 inches wide. So it's going to give you plenty of support. And it's going to be very easy to remove. It's just got 2 J-bolts on each side. You would take those off, and you can lift off the bar until you're ready to use it again. Then we're going to start with a little bit of pre-assembly. We're going to assemble our load stops. So we'll take our M8 bolts. We're going to slide the bolt through the back side. We'll put on a flat washer, a lock washer, followed by our nylon lock nut. And we'll do that for both sides. Okay, we'll go ahead and set those aside. Now we're going to take our bed support, set it into place. We're going to want to push it back as far as we can. But you don't want to push it back too far where it's going to interfere with your tailgate. Then you're going to slide your flat washer, the lock washer, and the nut. Go ahead and snug that up a little bit. Now this will be adjustable, so you can slide it forward if you need to have it for a smaller load. We're going to set ours back as far apart as we can, so we put a ladder up on there. Now we can do the other side as the same way. Now you want to make sure the foot of your J-bolt is setting flat on the bottom side of the bed here, so it gets a good grip when you tighten them down. Now we can take our uprights with our M16 bolts. We'll slide those through with the washer on the outside. Go ahead and put both of them in so it doesn't fall over. We'll put our flat washer, followed by our split lock washer and our nylon lock nut on the top and the bottom. And we'll repeat this for the other side. Now our next step is going to be to take our load stops and we're going to slide those in onto the bar. Then we'll take our bar, we're going to slip it through on this side. Then we can take our M12 bolts, place the bolt through our pinch up here. We'll put a flat washer on the back side, followed by a nylon lock nut. And we'll do that for the other side as well. Now we're going to go ahead and snug down our J-bolts. You're going to want to make sure you still have it pressed up flush on the bottom, so everything's nice and lined up. Now it's going to be okay if it's got a little bit of gap here, because on this bed the underlip doesn't go far enough back to push that all the way back. So we're going to make sure we have that foot nice and flat, and we can go ahead and start snugging these down. Now before we tighten the other side, we want to make sure we still have the same amount of distance between the end of our bracket and the end of the bed. So we'll make sure the other side's the same, and then we can go ahead and snug that one down as well. Go ahead and take a 3/4 inch wrench, and we're going to snug down these pinch bolts on the top here. We made sure we had the same amount of distance from the end of our pipe to the inside of our bracket. Now we can double check our measurement before we tighten up the other side. Okay, they're still equal. Now we can go ahead and snug down that side. Now our last step is going to be to tighten up these M16 bolts here. So you just want to make sure that you have about the same distance on both sides to the inside or to the outside. Just whatever you're going to use as your reference point. Once you have that set, you can go ahead and tighten them up. Now you want to just step back and take a look at it and make sure everything looks straight. Then we're going to take a wrench and we're just going to tighten down all of our bolts to make them nice and tight. And then we'll follow it with the pinch bolts at the top. And we're going to repeat this process for the other side. And our large bolts the very last. Now we're going to go ahead and snug down our stops. Of course, you're going to want to keep in mind when you're going to set these for whatever load you're going to be carrying, you're going to have to loosen them up and just slide them back and forth on the pole. We're just going to set ours temporarily in the upright position. Now if you were to be hauling something that didn't require the stop, you can just loosen them up and let them swing down to the bottom and snug them up. That way they're out of the way and you can set your load up there. And that's going to do it for our look at and install of the Erickson truck bed ladder rack with load stops, part number EM07706 on our 2013 Ford F-150.